Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Airport CEO episode number 2 in our presumably pretty short series, but I think we'll have some fun with it. Just kind of showcase what this game's about, see if you're interested. I kind of have been on a Tycoon game kick lately, so we're just continuing that, and it leaked onto the channel. Okay, next step for us. First of all, to let you know, it's been 2 full days. It was Wednesday morning. I think it had only been 1 day. We only played 1 day, from day 1 to day 2, and then day 3, 4, and now at the very beginning of 5. All were consumed just making a little bit of money, which is what we're definitely going to need, because building a terminal, as I think I mentioned last episode, and if I didn't, I should emphasize, building a terminal is very expensive. The size of this thing, 35 by 12 is what I'm going to go for here. This is probably overkill. I mean, it's surely overkill. Even the 12 is probably too tall, even though they do recommend... Excuse me, oh yeah, I do need to redeploy my contractors. Well, very good, game. Yeah, that was very, very helpful. Put them back out there. What have you done? So yeah, we'll get on the phone, bring them back in. That's actually going to be something we'll do unpaused, because we do want them here. You can make... I just dismissed the contractors, because I think I mentioned this before, but the contractors, you can fire them and then hire them back for no fee whatsoever, apparently. So whenever you're done with construction, I mean, really, even in the middle, like in these quote-unquote economic plateaus, these leveling off points when you just want to make money, you probably don't need very many contractors, if any. But if you're going to do, like, every now and then maybe put in a new trash can or something like that, you might want to keep like 5 around. But anyway, so this recommends telling us to construct a terminal, probably because I right-clicked to cancel this. Maybe it thinks we actually built it, which we did not. But it would have been recommending to us a 25 by 15. I think 15 is very tall. I prefer mine wide. That's partly just because of the way I orchestrated my circuit here. But anyway, we're going to go down with the 35 by 12. I like the 35 because it's a multiple of 5. Even better if it was a multiple of 10. But that's fine. We'll be able to keep one small airport terminal thing and just keep it for a very long time, I guess. And then 3 of these will become medium aircraft terminals eventually. Okay, there they go. They're off. Now the loop that I have in my head is as follows. We're going to need 2 spaces, which is going to be where our car terminal stuff is. Now, I didn't put an additional sidewalk on the bottom of this, and I could have. I'm not even sure if it's... I'm not sure, maybe it's even a good thing to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some taxi spots right here. We'll pause the game for a moment just to start getting this down. Then I will have a pure sidewalk here, down to the road. And then our road will be too wide, and then I'll continue this sidewalk on the other side, where we will have our buses, not contractors, buses. So you can kind of see this is coming together now, right? We have road, on one side is like small vehicle drop-off, and on the other side we have our bus drop-off. And we're going to be making, like, probably too many of these, but we should be going technically 1 more, but I'm not going to do that right here, because this is going to be massive overkill for what we want to accomplish for a very small terminal. So let me get these in, though, just to, I mean, really just to connect the sidewalk. That's the main purpose of those. And then we'll get our last sidewalk over here. And one over here. Okay, that's all looking good. What we're going to want to do is put down the road. It's asking us to bring up the heat map for the sidewalk, but we don't want to do that quite yet. So I'll just drag this way out here. I don't know where exactly it's going to finish. And then I guess I need to find out where it will finish because I need to put my parking lots in. Now this is... Okay, bus. I actually do want sidewalk. I don't know if this is necessary, mind you. But I am going to put an entire row of sidewalk down, like so. And I guess we should fill in this. And we can fill in this. Okay, and then we'll put some crosswalks. The medium ones will get us all the way across a 2-wide road. I don't know, I've never actually put a 4-wide road, but I guess you could probably just put 2 mediums down. And then we want a parking structure. And the reason why I didn't want this back-to-back with the bus terminal is because I do like to have a little bit of area for the buses to... Is that the way I did it? Oh, no. Yeah, I did not have that sidewalk last time. I was just doubling up on the So I guess this is our first question is, what do I want to do? No, wait. We're definitely okay. Let's see. 1, 2. No, we aren't. So if I put this down here, that's not going to be 2 roads up from it. I want it to be here and here. So that we have 2 roads up. But you know what? 1 road up is also fine. Let's not overthink it. I am going to overthink everything, but I'm going to stop myself a little bit right here. So it just doesn't matter. Not enough for me to go crazy about it. Okay, so we're going to put down those. I might end up deleting one of those, but for now, let's put them all down. Just so we know where our road is going to go. And wow, I got that one just right. Perfect. Okay, next step is we want to make some doors into our terminal, which means I want to delete some walls. So just don't build that. I think they already built some of the walls that I don't want them to build, but that's fine. And then 1, 2, 3, delete 4. 1, 2, 3, delete 4. Is that 4? Yeah. And we're going to put doors in there instead. Now, interesting thing about doors, small doors have no maintenance cost. Medium and large both have the same maintenance cost, which means that you will, like me, only ever build large or small doors. How did I mess this up? Does it... that's not a wall. Oh, they haven't built the ground yet even. Okay, so I'll put that there. I think that's what I want. Definitely want this and that. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to bulldoze some wall here. Let's see if I get money back for it. I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3. Let's make sure we got it right at least. Yeah, okay. So we'll put our other door here. I like this configuration. I want to very strongly make this point. The layout I'm doing here, it works, but it is not tested or vetted to be the most efficient or even somewhat efficient. It may be not efficient. It may be very inefficient compared to a lot of other designs. So first of all, if you want to know what a really good design is, I can't say that this is that. Second of all, if you have your own mind, like come up with your own solution, or you see something that you would like to do that's different than this, don't feel compelled. If you are a little bit like me and like to do things very efficiently, if you see an efficient design, you feel compelled to do it. Don't feel that way about this design because it's not necessarily efficient. It's probably somewhat efficient, but that's all I can say about it. Okay, wow, we got a lot. I was going to move this to the other side of the road. I forgot about doing that, but it's too late now. Okay, so we've got some of the roads in there. I mean, some of the walls removed, and did I not get the other walls over here? Oops. We missed one, huh? 2, 3. It doesn't have to be like this. I just prefer to have 3 tiles between so that I can put a trash can right in the middle. I don't know why that became so important to me, but it's just the way I am. Now, are we... Yeah, we are getting $10 back for it. Okay, so you get a full refund. You don't have to do... You can delete the walls at any point in time. That's great to know. Because the walls are kind of a little funny. I mean, when you put the terminal down, it automatically walls the outside of it. If you bulldoze it, it doesn't remove the walls. So, yeah, the walls are... It's kind of funny thing. Again, this is all going back to the idea that this game has... It's like a B+, or maybe... I was going to say A-, but I guess I would rather say a B+ for GUI, user interface type stuff. Maybe UX, user experience, is probably the most appropriate thing to say about it. The UX is like a B+, but it does have a lot of, in my opinion, obvious misses. What the heck is going on here? Who's even showing up? Where are you going? There's nothing... There's no flights here. What would you be doing here? Okay, let's go ahead and look at the heat map, because we did burn through quite a lot of our money. And we need to start getting... We need a new way of making money very quickly. Okay, so looks like everything's fine because, yeah, I've done this before. I kind of know where I need to put things, and everything's connected. Very good. We're going to close this out. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So now we want a staff room. Okay, good. Because we're going to need to do research, which is what we'll be getting to next. Let's jump to the staff room. Okay, now the main thing about the staff room is that we want to put in these desks. And they're going to show in a second a very nice layout with nice spread out desks, which is not at all horribly crammed together and, in my opinion, super efficient. But that's what we're going to be going for, is super efficient. So 1, 2... I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... That's 5 desks. Do we want to go 6? Yes, I want to go 6. Because I think I want 3 and then 2. 2 and then 3. So 1, 2, okay, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. So now I want one line of desks, an aisle to walk down, and then another line of desks, another line of desks, an aisle to walk down, and then some couches. So that's our building. Now, the very next thing we have to do, like immediately, is turn off contractors in here. If you don't do this, it's very comical, and there's their nice spread out desks. Ugh, not efficient at all. But it's very comical if you don't turn this off. You'll be bum rushed by 135 contractors. They'll try to pile their way in here. Excuse me, I'm not paying you to dirty up my desks. This is for, the real staff. Sorry for anybody who are contractors. This is all just humor. Well, an attempt at humor. Alright, 3 there, and then 2 down here. And then some more desks up here. And then couches, because there's 3 needs for our people. I mean, 2 needs. One is tiredness, and the other is bathroom. So we'll solve the bathroom one in a second as well. But first, we're going to do this, 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 and we want 1 entranceway for the door. So I'll get 2 couches for the lucky people by the doors. Then we're going to go ahead and build the wall. Just like that. Remove that and put down some free doors. Okay, the doors themselves are not free, but the maintenance on those doors is, which is wonderful. Now we have a 2-wide walking aisle here. That's not necessary. And in a second, they're going to tell us that we're supposed to put some plants down. So that's what's going to happen with that little empty space. Look at all these contractors. See, look at them. Get out of here. Go back. And now they're like, oh man, not for us. What do you mean? Yeah, why don't you guys go and do your job, which is to pick up this stuff. Ooh. Did it not get delivered yet? Oh, it did. They've already moved it. Okay, good. And then I think I will put the contractor delivery site on the other side of the road. Yeah, that's what I want. I'll probably end up deleting this one, but does it have anything there? No. Looks vacant. Okay, good. Alright, there it is, and there is lovely Tortuga Power sitting in his empty thing, which means it's time, okay, first of all, for us to get some flooring down. Not the most important thing, but I already have some fancy mat lined up. I think, so I'm actually kind of a fan of this beige color. So that's what our office is going to be. Very plain, very appropriate. There it is, beautified with some plants. I'm one step ahead of you. I do like the hedges. I put these in a lot of different places, but for inside the office here, we're going to get fern. And there's our 1 tile wide walk space. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to need to get some administrators hired. These are the people who are going to do the research for us, and that brings me to one of the little mini games. It's not an actual mini game, but it is in my head, that I find very interesting about this. I think that this game gets kind of a fail or a not passing grade or, a mediocre grade. It's not like that big of a deal. For the way they implemented the earlier contracts, the fact that there's not a trade-off, it's just that one contract is purely better than the other. Now that probably is reality in real life, that things can be that way. But from a gameplay perspective, it doesn't make it that interesting. However, the way they've made these applicants, people you can hire, this is exactly the way I would do it. So I think it's well done. What you see here is there's 2 combinations. There's 2 big factors. There's a salary and then a skill. And they are correlated, so higher salary generally goes to higher skill, but they're not perfectly correlated. There's basically a distribution. So if somebody has X skill, they can have a distribution of different salaries that they're going to request. And I don't know why it's not that it's not that interesting, but for some reason for me it is. That I like it when you have to kind of figure out where are the good people, who are the good people to hire, like who's on the plus 3 sigma side of the distribution, who's on the minus 3 sigma, and reject those people. So we're going to be looking, and here's a perfect example. Mary Davies has a salary demand of 32.8, and her value is just above the T in reject. Then we have Brian Kamau, and he's only requesting 31.9, and his bar is completely full. So I don't know where 31.9 is, and I don't know where 32.8 is on the distribution, but obviously one of these people is better. I mean, there's like, it does seem like it's not a trade-off again, but in my opinion, this is fine because it's, I don't know. For some reason, I don't think that that's big of a deal. I like this system, is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to obviously reject the ones that are like in the negative sigma side of things. And we don't actually want to hire Brian because there's one other aspect of this hiring process that we need to consider. You might be the person that's probably too expensive. 20. Yeah, 10.6, 10.1. So like, which one's better between these two? Got to get my ruler out. They look about the same, so it's going to be hard to tell. I just need to reject some more people, and then we'll have a better... I feel like that person's probably not good. Okay, so 25.2 for at the E, and 25.9 for at the T. Obviously, Rasmus here is not a good candidate, and Lena kind of is. She's probably a good person for me to pick up as a way of demonstrating, oh wow, so this is actually perfect. I don't know if it's that much better, but I want to hire this person. Yeah, so the 19 is at the start of red, and this 20 is basically the same salary, and they're much better. So we're going to hire Mahdi Hamadani. I could hire Lena, but she's a little bit expensive. And there's a trick that I want to show here, which is hopefully we get somebody more like here in the middle. So I can definitely reject Chan Chong, since that Chan Chong does not look like Chan Chong, by the way. Not that I know what a Chan Chong looks like, but doesn't fit the stereotypes, let's say. 31.2, 31.9 is at higher skill. We could probably reject both of these because I'm not actually going to pick up either of these people. So you know what? We'll keep Lena around just for a little bit longer. 8.1, okay. I'm not going to pick up a person with the lowest amount for reasons we'll see in a second. 19.4, I think I already did somebody around here. Just need something a little bit better. Let's see what we can do. 21.7 at R, that's fine. That's what we're going to do then. Now, the point I wanted to say is you could see that we have people who have full skill at around 31, 32 salary. The people we hire, we can train. And this is a trade-off between paying them upfront money or long-term salary. So to get either of these people kind of like maxed out, we can actually spend quite a lot of money. 1,000 and then even another 1,100. And you can see that this person's salary, they're almost to max. I mean, we could do a little bit more, and their salary would only be 27. So this is just my way of showing you that it's actually cheaper in the long term. But I mean, this is a lot of money, so maybe not really in the long term. It's probably the most effective to do this for people who are low skill. But you can get very low salaries on very high skill people if you just train them yourself. That's the whole point. So, pick somebody who's like probably like $10, the $10 skill people that I passed up. Those two would have been very good to pick. Invest a little bit of money in them, and they quickly get up to like 2/3 or 3/4 skill. And that would have been probably the smartest thing for us to do, like best bang for our buck. Okay, so now we have 2 administrators. They'll be along shortly. And we want to do commercial license. This is going to give us, this pretty much unlocks everything, right? Passenger service agent, all these agents which we're going to need to run. A secure area beyond the security checkpoint. We're going to need the boarding desk. I mean, this gives us commercial airline contracts, so we can actually do commercial airlines. Aircraft hangar, which is actually that's even important for general aviation. So there's a lot of good things about this. It's obviously the first thing we want to pick up. And I'm still feeling uncomfortable about that poor Chan Chong comment. Chan Chong, you can look like whatever you want. This is terrible as far as a design goes, but we'll sort that out. Well, why not right now? The way I like to run my circuits is in a circuit. And I like to do it so the Factorio style, where the turn is the first one on the next segment. That kind of makes sense to me. And that means we're gonna have a one-way road here, and everything's gonna look fine. Like, okay, you can turn off to the right or not. And this one, you're like, okay, they're going the other way, so technically them turning off to the right makes sense. But interestingly enough, it doesn't change when you when you put down the arrows. They're still going the opposite way. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but you know, good luck. So that's how the buses are gonna want to do things. They're gonna have to go around and then U-turn in a big circle, which is just kind of silly. Anyway. Alright, so we're off. We have this commercial license, which is going. We should have 2 people working that we've already dropped way too much money on. In fact, I'd like to pick up quite a lot of administrators, so even if those 2 administrators are still around, I should pick up those 2. Okay, yeah. This one is very good. 10.5, we'll take them. I think we're gonna reject this 19.4 after all. This one we can just reject anybody who has too high of a salary at this point. Oh, okay, apparently autumn is rolling in after 6 days or so. Yeah, 35, look at that person. 35.8 for not even full skill. We could get full skill for like 31. So that's an easy reject. This is another pretty good one, I think. 20.6 for at the R. We'll hire them and pump them onto our operations, research. So we can put up to... Wait, how do I have 4 people? I don't think I have... Do I have 4 people? I do. I did not realize I hired 4 people already. Oh yeah, I got this guy. So look how cheap the training is. Look at his salary. 13.9 for 3/4, 80% skill. George Flahos here is probably our best employee. We might actually have to can some of these other people, even though, you know, sunk cost fallacy and all that. We already did sink a lot of training into them. Must almost be done though, right? Yeah, almost. And look at the money on the bottom right. Oof. So yeah, we were at, what, like 750 or so? And we dropped a lot of money. I guess in the meantime I can start building a bathroom. Since I know I'm going to want to do that, I'm just going to put it right here. 2 stalls, space to walk, 2 stalls. In fact, we might even just do 2 stall, just 4 stalls on the right. Let's just do a very small bathroom. So people can go to the bathroom, but 2 sinks, and then 2 hand dryers. We'll wall it off, because I guess people like to do their business behind closed doors. And we'll put an inexpensive door in there, because why pay? Okay, good. And then we'll also, I'm going to have a color coding for the bathrooms, just to make it easier to find the bathrooms. So we'll do these. I like this tile. I think this tile reminds me of bathrooms, so there we go. Okay, so now we're actually done with our terminal layout. As far as the exterior stuff goes. We have a nice loop, we have a lot of parking lots, plenty of places for people to get dropped off, even though the buses, I don't know what's exactly going to be going on with those. But yeah, all of that is set up. Now we just need to get the interior, how the secure checkpoint stuff is going to work. And let me also open this bathroom, because it's very easy to forget that bathrooms need to be opened, but they do need to be opened, otherwise nobody will go, oh, look at that. And Tortuga, he's, you know, just cutting the red tape in the bathroom, figuratively speaking. Alright, anyway. How do we want to do this layout? Well, let's go over to wall. Okay, we want a little bit of space for security maybe. I think we'll just do it like right here. We don't need that much space up top, so maybe I'll do it right here even. Is that too little space for the... Because I want enough area down here for like baggage claim and all that. Well, baggage claim will probably over here, but for dropping off bags and getting them carted over to the air and all that, yeah. So Is this enough space? I think so. We're going to go with this. I'm going to leave it paused just for a second while we figure this out. So that's going to be the wall that separates the secure zone up top with the non-secure zone on the bottom. Then we're going to want to have some 3 wide, I think, is the security checkpoints. And I think the way I'm going to do this initially is going to be intentionally not where my final layout is going to be, so that I can easily move it later. So we'll just remove 3 there, we'll have 1 spot, move 3 there, and move 3 there. So that's our security. Over here we will have our security exits. I think that those are 4 wide, so we'll do -4, and then probably another one. Maybe we'll do one pretty staggered away from the other, so that maybe put a bathroom in the middle, or I don't know. Just so that people coming from one side can leave. Although I kind of like the idea of like a circuit, like some counterclockwise flow to the whole thing. So I could put 2 security exits, but maybe 1 is sufficient for now. If I'm only going to do 1, let me just move it a little bit over to the right. Okay, so that'll be our 1 exit. I think that's probably going to be fine. People are going to have to walk a little bit of a ways over to the right, but that's fine. The airport in general is small enough that it won't matter. And if worst case to worst, we can put a walkalator. Didn't even know that those are called walkalators. Is that the real name? I don't know. Okay, anyways, they're telling us how to do this and put a checkpoint. Yeah, we need places where they can check in. Could probably do this in any order, but I will do it in the order that they suggest so that we can clear away the tutorial messages. So I'm going to put my check-in place right here. 1 with a queue going up, so that we need 1, 2, 3. That was poorly placed. Let me just redo it. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's not quite symmetric, which will drive me nuts, but that's fine. Alright, security area. Well, obviously we know that the places where the planes are is a secure area. Now we're going to designate the rest of this as a secure area. We also are going to want it to designate this. I've done this a couple of times, so I kind of know what I want to go for. Alright, security checkpoints. Well, we basically have already laid out where they're going to go. And now you'll see why I wanted that secure point down there so that the pillar can be right in the middle. Okay, we're done with that. We need a security exit, which we've already also accounted for. Should I make this also kind of sticking out a little bit less? I kind of think so. Let's build it 1 more down. Yeah, I like that. Okay, good. And now we're done with everything except for the actual, bringing the airplanes in. No, we got an email here. Word on security and safety. Again, not too important. I mean, that one actually is meaningful. It's probably, oh wow, we gotta repair this. This, by the way, you can have accidents. I think it happens mostly when it's below 50% condition. So if you keep it above 50% condition, I don't know how many accidents you can have. But I see, this is just anecdotal, but it appears that there's a lot of collisions and all that when this goes below 50%. Okay, so we're almost there. We just need to get the actual airplane spots going on. So parking stands. These are unfortunately very expensive at 30,000 each. So we're gonna have to be a little bit mindful of how many we're putting down. We'll probably only do, let's see, 20, 210. I'm gonna try to go with 4 for now, but we're gonna stop there. And then I need to immediately turn these off. Okay, I guess as soon as they're built, I need to make sure that they're not being used for general aviation, which is the default. We need to put on commercial instead of the general aviation that they will default to. Okay, but in the meantime, let's get our taxiway down. The budget is very tight right now, so we will do just 3. And then we'll bring over, okay, we need 1 more. That's perfect. And then we'll just do a little taxiway. And again, we are future-proofing this to make sure it's available for medium aircraft, which will take up the 10 by 10. But for now, we only need this. And what I'd like to do, if it wasn't so expensive, 40,000, 50,000 to get up there. I want to make this a full loop so that we don't have to backtrack and go along this, what is going to be a pretty busy path. Like, so I think one of the people in the last video recommended, or just suggested, not recommended, but that you can put general aviation on both sides, which is, I mean, of course, everyone probably already knew that and thought about that. But, and the reason I should just say I didn't do that is because this path will get so busy if you have general aviation people on both sides. You can have an aircraft that will take, I don't know how the on time and delay and late arrival is characterized here. I think it's actually when they leave the gate and when they get to the gate. So in other words, I don't know if you're penalized for leaving the gate and then being stuck in like a 4-hour long line before you actually take off. And that can happen, especially if you have a lot of general aviation spots on the same path. It wouldn't happen if we just created the full circuit here. But again, money is tight, so we're not going to do that. Next thing we want to do is make sure we have some walls that are deleted and some doors that'll go there. Okay, that one and that one. Hopefully I got that right. So that's where the doors will go. And then we're going to want to put boarding desks. I'm going to unpause because now we actually need those things built. So boarding desk, there it is. Okay, and this is going to go right here. One space. I hope one space is enough. Do we need 2 spaces? Maybe I'll do 2 spaces just to make sure there's no congestion getting in and getting out. I've only ever done 1 space away, but for some reason I'm just telling myself to do 2 this time. Who knows how the human mind works, why I would do that, but... Okay, next thing is immediately turn on commercial flights for all of these. They can't be done yet, because we're not there. But, well, at least we're all set up. The only thing missing now is, oh my god, these probably need to be repaired. Look at those scuff marks. Jeez. What kind of airport are we running here? Anyway, we have the layout all done now. I think the only thing we have to do is... okay, we need to hook up this. I guess that's true too. Connect to you. This is kind of unfortunately a pain in the rear end to connect. Connect to you. Connect to you. I mean, I know where to click, but once you experience this yourself, you'll see these are hard to click on. So that's all done, and now we can open our runway for commercial use. We also have to get commercial contracts and all that, but this is a great place for me to bring this video to a close because we're already over 30 minutes on time. We have our basic airport layout done, and we're almost ready for the flights. I don't know what I was thinking, by the way. Unfortunately, this whole time we've been wasting precious research time. We definitely want this night flights to be working, since there's really no downside to that. We get more flights during the day if they can, actually happen not just during the day but during night as well. There's another one up there that we'll want to get, which is the commercial A1 gas or whatever it's called. We'll want that as well to enable refueling. That'll increase our profits, but that will also cost money, which we clearly don't have. I mean, I think to refuel the tank the first time it's like 100,000. So we need to wait to get commercial flights going, make some money before we can invest in the refueling of our commercial aircraft. All that and more in the next episode and beyond, though. For now, thanks for watching, and until the next one, stay safe and take care.